a conspiracy theorist. I look around and just can't understand. Here is something perfectly clear that is an answer you cannot defend. Yeah, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I couldn't be nearest to the truth. Hey, hey, we all are conspiracy theorists. Hey guys, how about you? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello, my friends. We are back again with another episode of Everything They Don't Want You to Know. And last week we started a thing that I want to continue today, imagining a better world, bringing that world to life, and daring to imagine what that world might look like. And for me, it's Atlantis. It's a bunch of fucking superheroes flying around with high technology and happy families and full bellies and great things. Great things. We are getting to a point where the collective consciousness, though small, that has awakened their perception to what is really going on here on planet Earth. We've reached a critical mass. And this critical mass means that we are more in the driver's seat of this reality than we have ever been before. And whatever we want it to be, we can make it. I did a post on Facebook the other day. I'll be switching these posts over to my website. You can always email me, jbs@blacklightdistrict.studio. It's really cool. We're doing like a whole refurbish thing because we're about to like launch it officially and start promoting all the stuff that's up there, all the different music and the different comic books. There's tons of great free stuff up there. If you're a spiritual person like me and you love me and appreciate what I'm trying to do, please go visit the site. Check out these comics. Just next level stuff. I mean, really, you'll love what we have to offer. Fucking for Our Future, King of Kings, Mythic Legions, Reckless, really awesome, man. There's a ton of great stuff. And the Strangeland comics, we've got 2 issues of D. Snider Strangeland. It's pretty cool what we're offering up there for free right now. And I mean, it's going to be free for forever. I want the site to be free. I think we're going to have a subscription-based thing where you can like access things a few months early. That's probably going to be the main, like, you know, if you want to put in some money to get, and you'll get like behind the scenes shit or whatever else. But mostly, you know, all of our stuff is going to be available. So go to blacklightdistrict.studio, check that stuff out. And I guess real quick, I'll just say before I share my Facebook post, I do All Your Favorite Bands Suck now monthly. Oh, sorry, I've got a person calling me, and hold on one second. Hello, I'm doing my radio show. Can I give you a call back?
Sure.
Okay, bye. That was my ex-wife. I'm going to see some of my babies. I love seeing babies. I like that, right? Should I go back and edit that? I'm like, this is real life. Life happens on podcasts. So where was I? Oh, I was saying All Your Favorite Bands Suck. It's back. It's still not up on Spotify, but it's all my favorite bands. There's like 55 of them. Last one I did is Grandson. I'm working on getting through the Black Keys catalog so I can do a Black Keys episode. Tons of genres. Lots of great music. If you love music, check it out. And then, of course, Coolest Alive, which we just crossed 1 million downloads a month for Coolest Alive. I'm so proud of that. We just crossed episode 350, And oh man, so many recommendations. And we're actually going to have lists of all the movie recommendations and comic recommendations up on the blacklightdistrict.studio website to make it really easy. I haven't put together the list yet, but they'll be up probably by the time you hear this or whatever in the next couple of weeks. So, but so many recommendations for entertainment through Coolest Live. I mean, that's the bulk of what all the shows are, is just me recommending great entertainment across the board, things that you will love. And yeah, man, what is it? Coolest Live, All Your Favorite Bands Suck, and we're doing everything you don't want you to know. And I mentioned the website. Those are the things that I'm supposed to do. All right, so let's talk. I posted this on my Facebook, and it was just sort of I was meditating, and this sort of came out of me. But it's really the beginning of like what I'd like to talk about today. And it says authority. Quote, author is one who creates, and iti is a state of being. So authority is a state of being, one who creates. It's interesting that they would use the word author for one who creates fiction. Anyone who writes and creates? Yes. Because they understand what is really going on here. All authority is creating a fictional parameter to cage us in a narrative of their ideas. These ideas become our beliefs, and we make them true. The only fundamentals in this reality are that we are all one emanation of the same infinite and divine being, and so it behooves us to be good to one another, that we're all connected, and that love and understanding is the only way forward. The details beyond that, as long as no one is hurting anyone else, they don't really matter. We will all work on our own personal demons in time, and it is for no one but us and God to judge. Now, back to the point. The authorities create the parameters and enforce them. The same people who own the colleges own the companies that write the textbooks, own the industry completely in as many ways as it can be bought. College, as it has been propagated in this capitalist world, is a total scam of big business. And I'm going to say that again because that's really the point of this show. College, as it has been propagated to in this capitalist world, is a total scam of big business. And we're going to talk about that. They want their future employees to learn only what they want them to learn, and they control this through the colleges. And they're such fucking assholes that somewhere along the way they decided to rub this in our faces by graduating you with a BS in engineering. And I'm here to tell you, it is BS. That's not to say you won't learn anything in these colleges as a doctor or an engineer. But what they have you learn versus what's really true, what's really possible, it's not being taught. And the marginal, very practical, slavish training that they give you is so you can join their assembly lines and be a good little minion with lots of need-to-know only sort situations where people don't even know what they're working on. And they basically only promote psychopaths. The truth of the matter is science is the new religion. It's only true if you believe it. Outside of that bubble is a whole other world of possibilities that ancient civilizations long ago have already cracked open. We have been kept chasing our tails for too long as big business captured what was possible by capturing our minds, enslaving us to a grind, and bleeding us dry with a tyrannical financial system designed to feed them and starve you and me. It's time to quit with all the BS and open our minds to the further possibilities beyond this stupid parasitic money system, as we look to the ancients to restore the wisdom required here on planet Earth to truly change it for the better. If you go to college, just remember this. Explore everything that's ever been said about whatever you're learning. Read whistleblower books. Read the most ancient books you can find. And let me say that again. If you go to college, remember this. Explore everything that's ever been said about whatever you're learning. Read whistleblower books. Read the most ancient books you can find. Have you seen these ancient structures? They're incredible. Do you see the eyesores we have today? We are regressing, and we're being regressed on purpose. Open your eyes and see. As soon as enough of us do, it will all change. Watch and see. I love you all. Thank you for reading, Jesse. So that's what I posted. The best way to level up your work is to work. If you have no idea where to start, college is a great place to go. But at a certain point in time, you're often mostly dealing with people who aren't capable of doing this professionally, teaching you to try to go out into the professional world. The part of college that is legit is all of the stupid secret societies and fraternities and all of these groups. I behoove you not to go that route and to take your brilliance outside of that system. They are controlling all of these colleges through owning multiple things. And, in college, you might say it depends on the college because each one is different. But they'll control an industry. Case in point, my father has a good friend of his who owns the tattoo industry in America. And I said, how do you own the tattoo industry in America? And he's like, well, he owns the main tattoo colleges. He owns the gun manufacturers. He owns the 50 stores across the country. And there was like one other thing. And he owns the ink maker, something like that. He owns the industry. This is how these Rockefellers do it. And now it's owned through corporations and all these other things, so they don't have their direct fingerprints on all these things. But they own the whole industry, and they're able to control it completely. What you're learning. Like one of the most classic things that, taught me this was when I learned that doctors, the majority of doctors, if they were taking anything, they were taking like half a credit in fucking nutrition. That's it. I had a lot of problems with my body from getting, I'd gotten hit by a car. Now I would tell you this is like a story, that I was going through or whatever. But from this story led to a lot of weirdness, twistiness that was in my body. And when the doctors, I would be having trouble or whatever, and they would just like call it arthritis or call it something. And I'm like, and I'm super young and all my health things are great. And they had no idea. I had a doctor give me a vasectomy, and they gave it differently than other people have given it. They gave it in my abdomen, on the left side and the right side. And because of that twisty nature of my, at the very least, my fascia tissue, but also my muscle tissue and whatnot from years of just sort of being a little bit out of alignment and making it worse. He cut into a major nerve in my muscle. Like, wow, I jumped out of my skin when that happened. The point is, they're not being taught anything to govern the functioning of the physical body. They're not being taught nutrition because that doesn't serve the pharmaceutical industry. They're taught to medicate us. They're taught to do surgeries. These are all things that they can charge us for. The dental industry is like, oh my God, maybe I still am trying to get a handle on some of these things myself, but in the future I'll do an episode on that. It's just, all of it ultimately is designed to hurt us, and over time they'll learn that these things that hurt us, and they keep them going. Like getting a biopsy for your cancer is a bad thing. It's a bad thing. You don't want to fucking go in and rupture any of these things. Getting a mammogram is a bad thing. They're all bad things. Like all of their procedures ultimately are going to lead you down a bad path. I beg you to dig into alternative medicine. TikTok and Instagram are great places to go, where just type in things and related to what you're dealing with, and all sorts of stuff will come up, and try some things. Natural remedies are a much more safe for one, no side effects, way to go, and natural way to go, a balancing way to go. You know, we are so off balance from all these things that they give us, and there's just so many chemicals and so many poisons and so many things that we eat and medicines that we take. These are some of the things that, you know, you learn about when you read all the whistleblower books for medicine. And, you know, that was one of the first things for me that I got deep into medicine and science and so many things. And look, this is what I'm going to tell you. Okay. When I did ayahuasca in Peru, yeah, there's, you know, a number of sessions there. I was there for like a week and a half or something, sitting with the plant, and I was I met a wonderful, I think he was French, and who spoke English, and he was an engineer, and he was a very practical guy. And from the point that I was at that time, you know, like I had already done ayahuasca a number of times, like I think 3 times already prior to that, and DMT, and worked with mushrooms. And I'm going into this, you know, week and a half very prepared, understanding what I'm going to be, you know, sort of dealing with. And this guy, this engineer, his practical approach, like I did not mock him. I was not a jerk in any way, shape, or form. Sorry, real quick, it's Dave Marfield, one of my best friends. Hey, Dave, I love you. I don't know. Everybody's calling me while I'm recording my show right now. Can I call you back in like an hour?
Yeah, no problem. I'll talk to you later today sometime.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye. And Bappa, too, my drummer. I'm recording my show, Bappa. Can I call you back in like an hour?
Yeah, call me back.
All right, love you. Bye-bye. So I was just sort of like, okay, you know, like I just heard his whole kind of worldview kind of thing, and I didn't really try to challenge it, you know, but I did sort of like, you know, say that I was coming from a similar place and that these things really changed me. So, you know, how I was interested to see what he thought and what he was feeling after, you know, after a few nights working with the medicine. So I think the first night, maybe even the second night, he didn't have any like experience at all. But then the third night, it cracked him open. And he came back in the third night. I think it was maybe the fourth night. And we were sitting at the table eating our bland food in the Peruvian jungle. And he told me, Mother Ayahuasca spent the whole night yelling at me, science is bullshit. Now, if you know Mother Ayahuasca and you understand the level of wisdom that can be delivered to you in these ayahuasca ceremonies, that will carry with it a lot of weight, as it did for me. Through his experience, I pondered those words, science is bullshit, for a very long time. Because that was rather blunt. Science is bullshit, she told my engineer friend. Science is bullshit. He was like, he looked like a boxer, you know, like in the punch drunk. And I was just kind of blown away. Should I tell a quick little story too from this, just connected to him? It's just a cool spiritual story that you guys will probably appreciate. My ayahuasca journey in Peru was rather tame. Not to say that I did not have any experience, because the whole thing was meditational. You know, I dedicated myself to making it all meditational, to sort of meditating on the plane and meditating everywhere I went, and just sort of being very internal. But the usual deep experiences and deep, you know, sort of like easy epiphanies and opening of doors, you know, like was not really there, except for maybe like one night. but mostly it was sort of a weird. I had difficulty sleeping, so many different things. But at the same time, just dealing with these people and being there, you know, it was it was important. It was enlightening. I was learning stuff the entire time. You know, it was its own version of the ayahuasca experience, just not what I was expecting. And it was meant to be a little bit of a lesson for me because I had gone to do it like that because my mom had told me to do it like that. And I was supposed to have learned a lesson of like, stop just doing what your mom told you. Because I was working with ayahuasca in California and I was having great success. But she didn't like the sound look of my shaman and she tried to get me to Peru. And then I went to Peru and I had like not quite the experience that I was having. So I was a little frustrated because I wasn't feeling that direct communication thing. You know, I was having plenty of epiphanies and thoughts and learning things and whatnot, but it was a more like what I would get for just being a meditational thing. But I was in Peru and it was lovely. So when this message came to me through this French guy on the final night, which is, you know, like night 7 or whatever the fuck it was, I was crying, happy to say the least. You know, so much of the drive to go and do ayahuasca in the first place was trying to figure out what I had done to my body and how to undo it. You know, how do I unravel this mess that I've made from ignoring my pain and all these different things? And of course, the bulk of the journey, you know, has been being active with my body, which I got to get back to because I've been a little bit. I got hurt my knee, and I just like took a little time off, and now I'm like dragging ass to get back to working out. But it's been the best thing for me. Working out, being active, working out my back, all these things. My back's been bothering me a little bit because I'm not working out. And then the other thing was clearing all the emotional things. And like the third tier is going to be really eating right for it and really treating myself good, you know, getting massages and a couple other little things that I could use to get. And these are the things that, you know, you should do as well. Take care of yourself, feed your body the right things, work your body out, and explore the emotional things that have caused the space for these problems to take root in the first place, because that's ultimately what it all is. So I got a message from Mother Ayahuasca from this dude, and I forget what his name is, but he said that he saw me, that I was in this vision that he had, and we were at this like party, but like, you know, like a plant medicine party kind of thing, and I was dancing with my arms out to the left and the right, like held out to the side of me, which is something that would tire me out pretty good in my shoulders because of some of the pain that I was dealing with. And I had this giant snake wrapped around my shoulders and my arms. And Mother Ayahuasca told, oh, it's going to make me cry, tell you. Mother Ayahuasca told him, she said, I am with him, and I will be with him until he is fully healed. And she has stayed with me. And, you know, to this day, if I, you know, smoke a little marijuana, and I, you know, haven't like been smoking it regularly for some reason or whatever, or do mushrooms, you know, I have ayahuasca experiences, and she continues to help me. You know, I would tell you, I am healed and I am whole, and I know that I'm healed and I'm whole, but I'm still experiencing some of the signals that maybe, you know, I'd like to go away. So you know, so I'm still navigating, getting through, you know, this process for myself, even though my mind is really right about it. because in high levels of ayahuasca or whatever else, I have felt and just known and understood, and I was fine. Like, I'm fine. Oh, everything's fine. And like, fine. Like, I feel fine. Everything is fine. Like, I have realized that state many times, enough to go, all right, what am I doing wrong here? Because, when I'm not in that state, I'm like, it doesn't necessarily feel fine here, but I know it's fine. I know it's fine. So, if you know the answers to help me really solidify the it's fine into my equation, feel free to write me at jps@blithelakedistrict.studio. Anyway, let's continue on with our story here. Science is bullshit. And I thought about that for a long time. And what I came to understand was that science is a lie agreed upon. And so much of the reality that we live in is these lies agreed upon. It says in the Bible that when two people decide something is true on earth, that God will make it true in heaven. And I don't know if that's exactly what's going on here, but there is a matching of energy. When you and I go, we win. When we're on simpatico, we win, we succeed, we've got money, all is right. That's when the magic happens. And so often when you read fringe science books, the pattern is so obvious. It smacks you in your face. It's always the same thing. There's a guy and he believes that something is possible. But then everybody else doesn't. And he struggles to prove it's possible. Until one day, he meets another scientist who also thinks it might be possible. Those two guys put their brains together, and guess what? They prove it's possible. Now, that's not to say there aren't some intrinsic rules and math to the universe, because it certainly is just that. It's all that, math. But it's magnetism, and it's things coming together, pushing each other apart. Certain things like to join, other things like to repel. Go to college, get the foundations, learn the things you have to learn, but recognize that it is propaganda. It has been framed. It has been framed to put you in a box. And read all those fringe books. Consider all of the opinions. Test like the earth is a globe. Test like the earth is flat. Test like the earth is any other fucking shape that you might find somebody suggesting reasonably it might be. Do not trust the framework of what they have given you. Mother Ayahuasca, whenever I'd ask her if the fucking earth was flat, she would tell me Truman Show. And the earth is a plane. Which a plane of existence is a plane of consciousness, essentially. And the Truman Show is a bunch of people trapped in a dome doing a fake universe for a dude. I've been trying to decide how deep that goes as I come to understand things like fucking backdrop people, and it's nuts what is possible here on planet Earth. So look, years ago now, our ancestors already cracked this fucking cookie. Free energy, flying, time travel, anything. We already figured it out. And we keep regressing. We keep falling. But the time has come to raise ourselves back to where we were. And this time, get it right. And I think getting it right, if you remember the Gnostics episode, is getting the fuck out of here. Or planning the right measure to get out of here and return to where we belong in the balanced heavens that exist beyond this half-assed realm of reality that we think is everything. On the other side of this corral, these gates that they've put up for us in the sciences to keep us here, is the promised land. And the more giving and free you can be about the information and the discoveries and all these things, ultimately, that's your only way to combat these pieces of shit. They have been making things, what do you call it? Top secret for years. The one of my favorite subjects to dive into, and it's a great one to do on the internet. I mean, it's been a while since I've done it, so I don't know how many of these websites still exist. But there are so many websites on hidden technology. And I mean, some of these things, you'll just read the title and you'll go, oh, obviously you could do that. Great idea. Like a fuel vaporization system. Let's burn our fuel more efficiently. You get much more miles to the gallon. There's so many things that you'll find out like that have been suppressed. So many bits of technology. So many. It's crazy. But we just got to like keep this shit off the grid, and make stuff and, proliferate it within our communities and, just push for more freedom and more freedom of information. And just as we change our minds and open all these things up and we are standing there with our arms crossed going, we want more freedom. We want more information. That's yes. Give it to us. That's it. It's all over. It's really just all the ants recognizing that there's a lot of ants and there's only a few grasshoppers, and we just go, give us what we want. And that's when it all changes. You people who are in college now, remember what I'm saying to you. Dig deeper on every subject. Read every culture's beliefs on every subject. Try to figure out what that means. Try to apply that information. If you can, you will be the difference between all these scientists following the academia and the fucking Teslas of the world. Albert Einstein was also more up in the air about a lot of the things that he believed. We're taught a lot of things that he had as theories as like fact. And it's just not there. Is there truth to evolution on some levels? Sure. Is it going the way that Darwin was explaining to us? No, probably not. It's probably a way to corral us once again. Everything here is about corralling our minds, trapping us in paradigms of thought that we will hopefully not escape so they can feed on us and feed on our energy for the rest of our lives. So let's not have them do that. Let's break out of that. Let's think innovatively. Let's imagine a world of fucking lights and steam and alternative power sources and, great power and wisdom and understanding and love. Lots of love and music. Oh, I can see it. Can you see it? Anyway, I think that's all I have to say for today. I hope you join me again next Sunday and throughout the week for Coolest Alive. But mostly just come back here next Sunday for another mind-blowing episode of Everything They Don't Want You to Know. Peace out, my friends. Bye-bye.
Here is a conspiracy theorist. I look around and just can't understand. Here is something perfectly clear that is an answer you cannot defend. Yeah, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I couldn't be nearest to the truth. Hey, we all are conspiracy theorists. Hey guys, how about you? Yeah. Here is a conspiracy theorist. I take the red pill but can't comprehend. Here is something factually real, and injustice that must be avenged. Yeah, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I couldn't be nearest to the truth. Hey, hey, we all are conspiracy theorists. Hey guys, how about you? Yeah, yeah, yeah. They created this term to shut us all up, 'cause when we all know, we'll all just stand up. Take back this world, pay for their sins, 'cause when we all love and when we all give, we all win.
Conspiracy theorists, we hope that you hear this. Conspiracy theorists, we hope that you hear this.
Follow the lies to the truth. Oh, follow the lies to the truth. Yeah, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I couldn't be nearest to the truth. Hey, hey, we all are conspiracy theorists. Hey guys, how about you?